by humans.
So elements must be elements.
Oh,
Whatever used by human, okay, so resources that mean, okay, natural, okay, substances or material or whatever is used by human to make their life. Yes, Reem?
easier.
Yeah, to make their life easier, more comfortable, unlike that, okay? So like this, that's what is a resource. And of course, some of these resources are natural, but we could use it from the nature and you start to manufacture, just you making kind of industry, change them into another products that we could use it. Some that means some resources already are used directly as they are in nature, and some of them they need to be modified by human or man-made. Okay, must change into man-made products to be used. Okay, so we classify a resource. Yes, Nano, you want to ask a question?
No, Mister, I was answering.
Okay, so here then we classify the resources into two main categories, which are we classified resources into two main categories. Yes, Nano?
Renewable and non-renewable.
Renewable and non-renewable resources. So who can remind me what the difference between renewable and non-renewable resources is, Yuri?
Renewable resources can be replaced.
Renewable resources, they are the resources that could be replaced. That means they already, as we use them, they already replaced or they renew themselves. Okay. Yep. Okay.
Non-renewable does not
Yep.
replace and it can take time.
So that cannot replace, and it will finish one day.
Take
It will
time.
finish. Yes, sir. Yep. Okay. Or they will run out. Okay. So actually, here we talk about very important part. Even some resources, okay, they may be replaced because most material they already recycled in the nature and they could be replaced. But actually, the time, the rate they are take to replace to the rate of combustion consumption. So if the rate of consumption, that means the rate of use, we use them in higher rate than they replace. So in that case, okay, they will run before they be able to renew. In that case, we consider them non-renewable resources. You got this, guys? Do you remember this? Okay, so let's remember, let's watch the next video that will refresh your mind about what we said last time and give you another view about the resources to figure out how many resources you could use every day in your life. So watch this video, be careful because we're gonna ask you about it after we finish, okay? Okay, guys, so what about this video? What your opinion? Is it was clear?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
so this simple video just to present to you just simple action you may did every day in your home, cooking food or making like a cake, okay, that use a lot of resources, okay, that already found in your surroundings or that found in your environment. So imagine whatever any action you already do in your life, you depend on using one of the resources, okay, that is already found in your environment. Whatever these resources are renewable or non-renewable, you keep using them, yes or no? Okay. So regarding to renewable resources of energy, that's not a big deal. Okay, they are renewable, but okay, the problem with the non-renewable resources because one day they will finish or run out. Yes or no?
Yes. Yes.
So here that the problem, what we should do, as you see, simple thing, okay, like making a cake, okay, it consumes or it needs to use a lot of resources. Some of these resources are non-renewable. So how could you, okay, deal with that problem that they are non-renewable and one day they may run out? So what we should do? What do you think, guys? Yes,
Like
Maya?
to consume from using them, like not use them a lot.
It's so good. First thing we could make something good, reduce that, minimize the rate of using them. If it's not necessary to use them, so don't use them. Don't waste this kind of resource of energy or the natural resources in something not important. Okay, so could you give me example of reducing? How could you reduce using of some resources, guys? Yes, Nano?
Switch to more renewable things.
Again?
Switch to more renewable things like solar
Switch to
panels.
more renewable things. So actually, some things, okay, somehow, okay, that's turning to use renewable instead of non-renewable. That's good, but I'm asking if you are should use non-renewable, we said we need to reduce their consuming, or we don't need to use them, okay, 24-hour, okay, every day, or 24/7. So actually not like this. We need just to use them when they are necessary. Give me an example that sometimes, okay, we could use a resource that is not necessary to use and we can reduce that. So in your daily life.
Cars, مثلا. We use one car instead of many in one family.
Again, cars, yes,
It's
good.
good.
Yep, very nice. Okay, so maybe in one family we have 4 or 5 cars, okay, or 2, 3, but we can just use one. So in that case, we're gonna reduce the amount of resources we could use it. Even if you have one car, and instead of going just to the next supermarket, okay, for you, or whatever the hyper you want to go, and you can walk or ride a bicycle, that will be better because you will consume less resources, okay, than using cars. What else? Another example, yes, Maya.
It use solar energy.
So that's mean turning to renewable. That's actually a very good, okay, thing. But we just took first, okay, give examples about reducing. If I'm not able using solar energy, it requires that you are gonna have a kind of plan to switch using non-renewable resources to renewable resources. That takes time. But now most of our cars were taken by non-renewable resources. Even the electricity which feed our home already, they working by non-renewable resources. So to make this great switch, it's good, it's a planning, but that takes time. So until we be able to do that, we should, okay, try to conserve, saving our resources. So the first step, as your friend said, reduce, we minimize the rate of using. Okay, so like example the nano said, instead of using multiple cars in one family, just one car is enough. As I said, instead of using car just to reach a short distance, you can use bike, or even walking or running or something like that. So what else? What other examples? Okay, yes, Sarim. Guys,
Um,
others, please share us. Okay, Fadia, Ali, Fatima, Habiba, please share us. Yes, Reem.
Recycling.
So good, recycling. Okay, so recycling is another hand here, but reducing, it means, for example, reducing while you are washing your teeth or face or something like this in bathroom, don't leave the tap is open, okay, and the water keep wasting. So like this, you lose a lot of water. So you could reduce the amount of water that you use each day. Also, in home, okay, don't turn on the light all the day, just turn the light when they are necessary. That means don't turn on the light of all your house, okay, at the same time, even you're just sitting in one room. Okay, so all these are examples of reducing. Anyone have any other idea, guys, how to reduce? Okay, Hannah, Hamdi.
لو reduce paper لو not to cut trees.
Yep, okay, so reducing the amount of paper. Okay, so here uh so here we said that reducing the amount of paper, that means just we could use, okay, some papers, okay, in some way that we don't lose a lot, or you don't use a lot once, okay, so you could don't waste the papers. Do you know some people when they are studying or even writing something, they start to write in very big handwriting, making scratches which damage paper, and keep using one after one and after one. So that's also here. What else? Yes, Kenzie.
Mister, when the people cut the trees.
Yep, cutting the trees. Okay, cutting trees. Actually, that's they cut trees to get the wood or to get whatever from the tree to be able to
But
make a product. So if
يعني it's ماشي.
yes, Fadia, keep walking.
يعني it's not يعني it's good but it's not good يعني.
Yeah, it's good but not good. It's
علشان
necessary because it's considered a resource. But cutting them in over rate, that is
yes,
bad
but
because it
we
will
also
harm.
need
We need
yes.
oxygen. We need them to make photosynthesis and provide food and so on. Yes.
Yeah.
Also, they are considered as natural habitat for other living organisms. Cutting trees will cause a lot of species to extinct or die. Yes.
Yes.
Okay, that's good. So how we reduce how we could make cutting trees, okay, less, that's by less consumption of it. For example, actually from many years ago, there is a kind of protocol is relays about we call it live green. Live green, that means we need to save trees from peak cut and something like that. So how we can do this? Imagine that instead of using light 24 hours per day, because some people they just switch on their light of the entire home, okay, as I said. So using light a lot, it means consuming a lot of electricity. This electricity requires what power plants to provide them. That means power stations. The power stations, turbines, and generators are working by using fossil fuels. Fossil fuels require plants and something like this, okay, to be. So like that here, once you turn off your light, you are going to save all this chain of resources, okay? Saving papers, as we said, that's what save cutting trees and so on. So reducing the consumption or reduce the use of reducing the use of the resources, it will help to maintain these resources and conserve it. They will last for longer time and they will be able to make more balance in the environment. Is it clear, guys, here?
Yes.
So like that, the first step of conserving the natural resource is reducing. We need to reduce, okay? We need to reduce the usage of this, okay? So here we said that. So then we have also something we call that. So just the second step, we call it reuse, okay? Just a minute, guys. Here we call it reuse. You know what the problem with that? So reduce, it means we are gonna reduce the consumption of whatever the material. Then we have another thing which we call it reuse. Do you know what I mean by reuse?
Recycle تقريبا.
No, not recycle.
Again,
Recycle.
Use it,
Just again.
Yes.
Use things
several
wisely.
times.
Hey guys, don't speak with the permission. Just raise your hand, okay? What I mean by reuse? Who can share me, guys, here? Yes, Ashwan.
Using the thing more than one time, like using bags
Good.
for shopping.
Yes,
The same
good,
bag
good.
shopping.
Reuse, okay, that means I could reuse the same purpose or the same object for many purposes, okay, more than one time. So for example, when you get bags from supermarket or hyper like this, okay, you could keep it to use them one more time. So in that case, you're gonna save a lot of plastic bags. So you will not need that much of plastic bags. So with the production of plastic will decrease, so they will not be or they will not need to consume a lot of resources from nature. What else? Another example, guys. Another example.
newspaper.
Yes. What?
Newspaper.
Using paper. Could you use the paper more than one
لا
time?
newspaper.
Newspaper. Okay, newspaper. How could we reuse it?
Um,
Clean
معلش.
Cleaning
clean.
glasses or something like this using, okay, a newspaper. Yes, good. Actually, that's a kind of reuse. Okay, so instead of getting kind of towels or whatever we sold, that's handkerchiefs or something like that to clean, we could use the newspapers because they get a good effect. So that's something we do it in our daily life. That's kind of reuse. Okay, so you could find that a lot of things that we could reuse in our life instead of using once and throw it. So like what? Another example, guys.
Mr. Can I say?
Yes.
هو reusing الrain.
Reusing the
when
rain. Okay, that
أيوة
means saving the
putting in barrels
rainwater. Okay, and we try to keep them in reservoirs to be reused. Yes.
for مثلا farming قصدي farming watering the garden.
Okay, good. That's something we could use. So that's kind of reuse also. Yes. Okay. So here like this reuse is per because we in that case a material or an object that could be reused more than one time, it doesn't need to rebuild this material from again or do we want to remanufacture it. So or we are gonna reduce the rate of making it. So we're gonna reduce the rate of consumption of that source. So the third thing that we could do to save natural resources, which is recycle. Okay, so what is recycle and what the difference between recycle and reuse? That's a very, very big question and very important question. So I need you to find what the difference between them. And next time, inshallah, we're gonna discuss this together. What meaning by recycled and what difference between recycle and reuse, and then how we could use all this to conserve our resources. Before we end our session, I need you to watch that song, okay, which showed you the importance of conserving, okay, our resources, okay. So